Move over, kids. Hi, how are you? I am tired. I am exhausted, mentally drained. Easter has come and gone, and it is a very busy time for me at my day job. So I've got some things I just want to catch up with. First off, I want to say congratulations to Bomberman. I know it's Konami. Konami owns Bomberman. I know the gaming community kind of hates Konami for what the Metal Gear stuff, but I'm going to stay away from Metal Gear and just congratulate Bomberman, the character, because he is nearing 1 million copies. 1 million copies sold on the Nintendo Switch. It's a pretty big deal. They took a gamble making this a timed exclusive and one of the original 7, I think, Switch release games at launch, and now over a year later, just barely over a year later, 1 million. So I am congratulating Bomberman. Please don't hate me. I know Konami owns it, but Bomberman, hey, good job, Bomberman. And then what else? So I want to talk Pokemon for the Switch right now for a second. Pokemon for the Switch. I guess last week, again, I couldn't talk about it last week because I was just so super busy at my day job, but Pokemon for the Nintendo Switch, there's a screenshot has been making the rounds. Some people are saying, they said take it with a grain of salt, or a dash of salt. Take it with a dash of salt, that this screenshot is for the Nintendo Switch. And if you look at it, I'm not believing it. Where did it come from? It came from the Twitter account here, but this has been circulating the Chinese websites and forums. I wouldn't necessarily say the dark web, but probably maybe the far-reaching corners of the normal web. And I don't think this is legit. It's a rumor, so it could be, but I'm just looking at it, and I see the Pokemon Company as a pretty smart company, and I don't think that they're going to make the jump from 3DS to Nintendo Switch without really beefing up these graphics. I think the graphics are going to be on par with Mario Odyssey. And I just don't think those graphics look good enough. Now, maybe they're doing a kind of what Breath of the Wild did, where the developers actually used an 8-bit engine in order to see how the world would actually play and to design it. And then they eventually moved Breath of the Wild onto what we have today. And so maybe that's what the Pokemon Company is doing with this. So maybe it is an actual screenshot, but I don't think this is going to be the final product of what we see. This, if anything, it's just them testing the waters, no pun intended. I just believe that Pokemon is going to really knock it out of the ballpark with this graphics, gameplay, everything. Now, the story and gameplay might be on par, might be very similar to the Pokemon model of gameplay that we've gotten over the years, but I think visually we are going to get something that is going to knock our proverbial socks off. What else do I want to talk about? Instagram. I've been posting lots on Instagram. I have lots of my collection. Originally, this channel was going to be talking about my collection, and then I kind of just evolved into talking about mainly the Nintendo Switch with a dash of Zelda here and there sprinkled throughout the videos. So what I've been doing is just posting what I think is really cool pictures on my Instagram. Here's some of them. If you like that, go on the link in the description and click and maybe like a couple pictures and, I don't know, subscribe, follow. I think it's following on Instagram. Moving along, Labo is coming out soon. It is April 3rd, 2018. That means in 17 days, we get Nintendo Labo. I'm pretty pumped about this, and I even have the excuse of saying, well, I have kids, so I'm getting it for the kids. Obviously, I'm getting it for myself because I am a giant dork, but I have kids, and I'm going to let them play with it. And I'll also film, obviously exterior stuff so you can see my kids play with it outside of whatever screens and computer graphics are being shown. Then ARMS did their global release. Unfortunately, I was not able to really play as much. Again, my job just demanded that I was there concentrating the whole time, and I kind of forgot about it. Otherwise, I might have brought my Nintendo Switch with me to work more often, but I forgot about it. I was so busy, and I was only able to play yesterday. Only able to play yesterday, a couple rounds, and I enjoyed playing with my son. He's 5. He actually beat me one time. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use the motion controls. It was just a bare bones demo kind of thing. Although you could go and face other people online, and I got the crap kicked out of me every single time. Overall, right now, because I only played like maybe 5 games, I'm still not completely sold on it. I will buy it for $30. I will not buy it for $60. But we'll see. I'm assuming there'll be some sales out. I hear the downloadable content is completely done. Therefore, I could see ARMS starting to creep down in price. Although 1-2 Switch is still at $50, that's only a $10 price drop, and everybody knows that 1-2 Switch is more of a demo game. So I could also see ARMS just staying up there. I could see it staying up there. I will buy it though if it comes to that magic $30 number. I am not saying that it's only worth $30. I'm just saying right now, for me, that's what it is worth to me. Only me, because I only was able to play 5 or 6 games, and typically the sporting genre is not, even though it is a Nintendo take on the sporting genre, it's typically not something I really go for. Also, for my Zelda fans out there, I want to show you something. Look at this thing. I came across this on eBay. I guess this is like a bead thing. Perler released this. It's obviously the 8-bit. You got 8-bit Zelda, you got 8-bit Link with the Triforce, Compass, everything. And it came out in 2017. I recommend you guys trying to find this. It cost me about, I think, $10. You're probably going to be paying $10 to upwards. I could see $30 even. I would recommend getting it because if this thing came out in the 80s, you look at it, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so ugly. If this came out in the 80s, we'd probably be paying $100 for it right now, and it's just weird enough and obscure enough of a company for video game collectors that it's probably going to go unnoticed. So go to their website. I don't know. I got it off eBay. I recommend all you Zelda collectors trying to find it right now while you still can and not have to pay those obnoxious 20-year later prices. And finally, for you physical collectors out there, I want to talk limited run games and super rare games. These are publishing companies who basically they go to indie game developers and say, hey, we know you can't afford to release a physical cart, so can we do it for you? These publishers are like, hey, sure, there's no risk to them. Their game is already on the eShop. So basically, limited run games and super rare games will take that permission, put the game on a cartridge, and then just throw it on the internet, and with a limited run of games, usually ranging from 1,000 on the low end, 5,000 on the high end. It seems to me that 3,000 is kind of the average. And these will have trinkets and collector's items, and they sell anywhere from $35 to, I've seen even $100 for the collector's item. But the normal versions, like limited run games first Nintendo Switch game, is going to be Tumbleweed Park, and that's selling for $35. And this is a pre-order, so they're going to take a pre-order up until, I think it was April 13th. They're going to take pre-orders. And first come, first serve. And you're competing against Nintendo fanboys who want the physical edition and the scalpers. I'm not going to say any commentary on scalping. I am going to say that you do have to look out because a lot of people will just snipe on the internet and try to buy a ton of these, and you'll notice that once the pre-orders go up, within 5 minutes, this is on eBay, and they're selling for double, triple, and that I'm not a big fan of, for sure, but it is what it is. So limited run games and then super rare games is based out of England, and they are pretty much doing the same thing. They've got super rare games right now has Human Fall Flat and my indie darling Flame in the Flood. They have very good customer service. I am in America and I'm still able to buy the games from England. I'm still waiting for my copy, but it's gonna be shipping relatively soon. There was a problem with like a record or something getting produced, and it's coming to me though. It is coming to me. And so these are two companies right now devoted to just getting out indie games, and they're going to be very limited runs, so I recommend for you physical card collectors out there to constantly be keeping up with limited run games and super rare games, so you can make sure that your collection doesn't go without, or you're having to spend a ton of money later on eBay to get these. Get them now, but it's a catch-22 because they release such cool versions of stuff that it's gonna hurt your wallet. I'm telling you, it's gonna hurt your wallet. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with limited run games. I've seen what they did with the PS4 and the Vita. There's just no way I'm gonna be able to do it. I wish I could do a complete collection of Switch, but there's just no way I'm gonna do it, especially with the Nintendo Switch just beating out lifetime GameCube sales in little over a year. The Nintendo Switch is not going anywhere. It's going to be competing with the NES and the Nintendo Wii. There's just no way. The Wii has over 1,000 games, and most of that shovelware. For the Nintendo Switch, it's going to be getting on par with that, and a lot of it's going to be very high quality games. So there's just no way I can do it. But there are going to be some of you crazy, brave people out there who do. So keep your eye out on limited run games and super rare games. I am not affiliated with either. I'm just letting you know. They have Twitter accounts also, so you might want to just follow them. You can follow me also. I've got 4 followers right now, so I can use a couple more. But yeah, so that's it for today. It's dangerous to go alone. Please share this with a friend. I do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.